Hello YouTube, this is Mr. Majunix. I am a new prepper in Canada. Just kind of starting up with this whole thing. It's a little overwhelming when you start and get into it. What you notice is a lot of people on YouTube have this huge food storage, and it's really hard to look at that and think, where do I start with all of this? You know, so I mean, it was very overwhelming at first, and I had a hard time trying to figure that out. But I kind of just put it aside and figured I have to start somewhere. Might as well start with a little bit of food prepping, a little bit of canning, and try vacuum sealing, which didn't really work out too well for me at first. I'll show you that in a bit later. But the canning worked alright. There's tons of recipes online for what to do with canning. You'll see over on the right there's some pickles that I made earlier. I have uncle and my brother who both have some gardening, doing some gardens, and they happen to grow some really good stock of cucumbers this year, so I was able to get some of those. Now I figured I have to start somewhere with food, so I just went out and bought some cans the other day. Just try to nitpick at it to start with. There's only about maybe $50 worth of food over there on the left. It's really weird. I noticed a lot of people online have a huge stockpile or way to get grain and make their own grain, but I haven't really seen anybody even mention stocking yeast to make bread, so I don't know if they're planning on making flatbread or what's going on there. But in that case, I would like to actually have some yeast to make my bread with, and it doesn't take much space to store, and as far as I'm aware, it stays good quite a while. I also have, in addition to what you see here, about a 50-pound bag of flour and a few bags of sugar and some salt, canning salt, obviously. Now I did go out and buy an actual canning kit and some mason jars just to try it out here. It seemed to work out fairly well. I'll just show you over here. It's a big canning kit and all the stuff to do the canning inside of it. But it only came with these 4 cans, which is really made for jams and things like that, and I want to preserve more food than that, so I had to go buy the box that's sitting on here is just more mason jars inside. So that's basically the idea of where I'm looking to do, just to start with this. And like I said, it's hard to figure out a starting point, but I figured out, you know, might as well have food. If you don't have food, then you can't do anything else. I do have a gun now. Some of the restrictions associated with that in Canada makes it a bit harder and a bit more time consuming, but I did go out and just get a little 22, stock some ammo on that. About 800 rounds I have stocked so far, but like I said, just a starting point on that as well. Now, I'm going to show you what I tried to do here. I went out and bought about 14 pounds worth of kidney beans, and what you'll notice here is the vacuum sealed bag. Now, it's not very vacuum sealed at this point. They've been sitting around for a couple weeks now, and you'll notice there's actually quite a bit of air that's got in them. They're supposed to be tight and hard and not really moving at all. When I first vacuum sealed it, it actually was. They were fairly well sealed, especially the little bag. This one here was very tight when I first sealed it, but over time it's actually let air into it. Now I don't know what the issue is with it, because it did seal it up fairly well. I just used probably a pretty cheap vacuum sealer I got secondhand here, and if you take a look at it, you'll notice, I don't know how well the camera is picking it up here, but there's just one solid wire that goes across, just a solid wire the whole way, and it actually is supposed to seal it and cut off the plastic at exactly the same place. Now I've noticed the issue with that is that the plastic seam actually sticks to that wire, and as you try to pull it off, it pulls the plastic with it and makes a hole. So like right along the seam, you'll see all that plastic that's sticking up there. It actually pulls that and makes little pinholes throughout. I had to investigate it a little bit. So I'm going to throw this out here. If anyone that has a little bit more experience with vacuum sealing can basically just make any post to this. Just let me know what you think is a better type of sealer, what I should go with. Obviously, to put an investment into it, let me know any tips or tricks you have with it, and just let me know anything you can with it. So yeah, thanks a lot, and hopefully I'll be getting some replies to it, and post any questions or messages. Thanks. Bye.